Hello, this is Blaine Drummond, and we're taking another look at a build in Minecraft that I've done. What we're doing today is one is going to be a quick one, because it's a simple building. This is the Amontine slash New Imperium City Hall. This is one of my more recent builds actually. A friend of mine is building a city, and he asked, "Hey, Blaine, can you make a city hall for me?" And so I started making a building, and I made that thing. And I looked at it when I was about not even halfway done. I was like, there's no way there's ever going to be a city hall. So I started from scratch. I built something new. I didn't even start building right away. I set out. I went on a bicycle ride to think. It's what I do when I just need to think. I walk or ride my bike somewhere, and I'm like, all right, what does a city hall need to be? Now we're picturing this like a post singularity, like technological singularity sort of Seattle-ish kind of city. That Seattle environment's kind of bleak and dark, but in a advanced and very livable way. It's supposed to be kind of a sci-fi-ish kind of vibe city where you always see like the darkness and the neon everywhere. That kind of vibe is what we were going for with the city. So he's like, all right, can you build this city hall for me to go with this? I'm like, yeah, sure. And so we did. And I did it and sent him uh, the schematic for it so he could put it in his world. And I was like, you know what? I'm building these buildings. I may as well use them for myself. And so I started to make my own city. And his city is called New Imperium. But I'm calling mine Amontine. It's just a name I made up. But yeah, this is the city hall. And I proudly say this is the most imposing building I've ever created. And when I was brainstorming this, riding around my bike, I was like, okay, my town has a pretty impressive city hall. It was originally a courthouse, and it's in like an old romantic style building from like the 1800s. And I'm like, okay, I want that kind of sense of wealth and power, but I also wanted to fit with the modernist style, the sort of postmodernist futuristic style we were going for. And I thought, you know what? A lot of people hate on that I actually kind of like is the new stuff at the Louvre. They have those pyramids, and different people have different opinions about them. I personally I think they're nice, like the glass pyramids there. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for Louvre combined with my city's courthouse, and we'll see what we get out of it. And this was the result. And I think I pulled it off. I think I got both the elements of the modernism and the kind of the throwback to the old, you know, powerful, again, romantic era, Renaissance-ish sort of we're advanced people and we want to show it off kind of feel. And this is one that actually a lot of thought into it. Anyway, I started, I've been building my own city around it. It's like, oh, well, making all these buildings and make my own city. Yeah, but anyway, the idea here was we have this sort of avenue leading up to it. I guess this is sort of becoming like a preview for the city, which isn't going to be done for a long, long time, unfortunately. Yeah, but there's this whole avenue leading up to it with the flagpoles and everything. And I've been kind of like tossing together concept arts that I find online. I'm like, sci-fi concept art. And like, I like that, I like that. I throw it together, and that's how I'm piecing together my city. And I kind of like that this one had this avenue, and I'm like, well, this street, it wasn't anything special in the art, but I was like, I like the vibe. So I set it up leading onto, like, right up to the city hall, which is going to be the center of the city. This is going to be sort of an oligarchy government type in the city. The city's like the center of an oligarchical empire, and everywhere you want people to know who's in charge, where their power comes from, and they better be freaking impressed when they see the center of government. So that's how I kind of designed this around. First of all, I elevated it. I believe it's 25 blocks off the base of the city. Everything else is down here at ground level. This is 25 blocks up on a sort of pyramid thing. And again, it sort of gives it that sense of overbearing sense of government, if you know what I mean. And it sets it out, makes it easier to see. So like, even though there's going to be lots of tall stuff around to catch your eye, this is still going to be able to catch your eye. And the way I designed the staircase was the pyramid setback kind of things here are in a 1-to-1 ratio, but these stairs are at a 1-to-2 ratio. And the effect is that you come up through the staircase, heading into the city hall for whatever you're going to do at the government. The platform sort of rises around you and sort of confines you. Let's see if I can do something. Video settings here. Where's the... what's the thing? It has like Quake Pro. Well, I don't remember what it's called. I don't know what the setting is because I have Optifine on. But how far to the sides you can see. Like if you set it all the way to the edge, you get more of that feeling. But it's supposed to feel like it's closing in around you, so you get that kind of enveloping feel of the government's power as you come up. And you come up and there's just like, bam, this huge building looming in front of you. It's kind of stark and functional, but powerful. And that's exactly the feeling I was going for. Then it sort of has, the sterile, white, clean feel of someone who's also looking out for you as you come up. So you kind of get the whole sense of everything your government wants you to think about it. You kind of get that. Now the building is empty. Again, I made it initially for a friend, and he was like, "Oh, don't bother putting stuff inside or furnishing it. I'm going to do all that." So I just left it empty. I might fill it out eventually. It's not even lit or anything. But again, it's supposed to use a lot of natural lighting. This, the pyramid top and stuff and glass. But the other idea was, this is supposed to be like the city center, like where people might actually come to hang out, or if there's military parades or big fireworks exhibits on Patriots Day, or 4th of July in the U.S., like Argentinian National Day, whatever it is. This is where you come. Fit hundreds of people up on these things, like when you go to the Lincoln Memorial and everyone sits all over the National Mall in DC. Kind of wanted that feel. And from here, my render distance isn't up high enough, but I also wanted you to get the feeling when you emerged out on here and you looked out from where the government is, and you sort of see the sense of accomplishment. But since you're getting from this government building, it's supposed to be a sense of accomplishment through unity. That's always what these governments are trying to push, right? It's like, look what we've accomplished together, cooperatively, with control. This is what we've done, and there's not much to look at right now because, the city isn't finished. But that's the idea, So again, this is a pretty quick video. We're just gonna check out some more views of the building. Again, I pretty much yoinked those glass pyramids right out of the Louvre and set that kind of style up with, again, like a typical courthouse and stuff. Again, I used the one in my own hometown as an example. This is what we accomplished. And these things over here, I wanted to kind of get the feeling of the, looming forward. Make it seem bigger than it really is, Evoke a sense of power and, the iron fist of law in a way. And it kind of covers you and surrounds you in a way that's potentially good if you're on the right side, but can crush you if you're not. So, dystopian governments. It's what we were going for here, or I was going for anyway. And that's pretty much the build. We'll fly around a little more here, but it's about this video. I'm going to be putting a couple of more up on other parts of the city once the city starts getting completed. And I love this because I've been adding in, streets and sidewalks, and it's like, oh, well, these empty plains here, all the animals just running around the streets. That is why we stopped using horse-drawn carriages, because cleaning up horse crap everywhere sucked. So we used cars instead because we'd rather suffocate ourselves. Pro-con. Anyway, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you'd like to see some more builds like this. I'm doing all sorts of stuff right now. I'm going to be putting videos up of it. And thanks for watching. Have a